Hello. Is my audio clear? Are you guys able to hear me? Please confirm. Yes. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. A very good morning. A very good morning, and happy to see the responses. Thank you so much. I think it's working. Very good morning to everyone. Welcome to AUM Strategy Diagnostic. This is not a webinar. This is a 90-minute group consulting session, which means we're going to spend the next 90 minutes in diving into our growth traps, all the growth traps that we are facing right now. We're going to diagnose those and map our 6 month plan going forward. Okay. We've already been 1,825 wealth managers, and I'm glad that you joined our session today, so that we can figure out something for you as well. Okay, let me tell you who's going to lead the session. Sujoy Das. He has over 29 years of financial market experience. He's managed an AUM of over 35,000 crores domestically and $2.2 billion offshore. He's ex-DSP Merrill Lynch, ex-Bharti AXA Mutual Fund, ex-Invesco Mutual Fund, and he's already worked closely with 3,825 wealth managers and helped them scale their business. Today, we're going to try to do that for you as well. Okay. Without much ado, I would like to invite Mr. Sujoy to begin the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Meenakshi. Thanks for this warm welcome. Good morning, everyone. And hope all of you can hear my voice clearly. Can somebody quickly confirm in the chat box if my video and audio coming clear? All right. Okay, super. So I'm sure a few more attendees will keep joining, but in the interest of time, I'm going to go ahead. I'm closing out the polling session now, and I'm going to share the results so we know what exactly we are going to track today. So what's been your biggest struggles? I think getting HNI clients, recognition and expertise. That means all of the above. 67% of you have spoken about this. 20% definitely have spoken about HNI clients separately as well. So this is going to be the center focus point of today's discussion. So this is going to be a group consulting session. Since it's a group consulting session, obviously we need to interact a lot. Okay. So before we get started, I would like to put certain ground rules, housekeeping items to be clear. In order to bring a transformation in the business, we would like to continuously engage with you. In our process of being engaged with you, we would be asking quite a few questions during this session. My only request is that you need to participate by responding to those questions by writing in the chat box your responses. Do you would like to take a pledge that you absolutely take a pledge to participate in those transformative questions? Write the word I pledge. Each one of you, it's a pledge to yourself that you are truly going to be participative throughout this session. I want at least 50% of you to write the word I pledge. This is a pledge that you're taking for yourself. It is a pledge with yourself. And I have a promise. The more you participate, the better you become. Today is going to be the first day in your AUM transformation journey. It doesn't matter whether your AUM is below 5 crore, below 100 crore, below 250 crore, below 5 crore, whatever is the level. You are all here to pull up the business. So let us take a pledge that we would continue to participate. And today is the first day of the AUM transformation journey. Okay. So in order to know each one of you a little better, let me first request all of you to write in the chat box the location from where you have joined and your current AUM. Both the words, your location and your AUM. And I'm going to acknowledge each one of you by name. You have to write both the numbers, okay? Both the data points, your location and your AUM. Okay. So Lalit Kumar, welcome. Amit, welcome. Amit, you have joined from, sorry. Ashutosh Dixit from Bilaspur, Lalit Kumar, Amit Rangnari from Nagpur, Pallab Rod from Jamnagar, Avinash Vaishnav from Navsari, welcome. Lavnish Singla from Ludhiana, Amit Bane from Daisar, welcome. Nikhil Bansal from Chandigarh, Sanjeev Tyagi from Indore, Dharma Sindhu Pandit, you have not mentioned your location. Rajnish Suri from Mohali, Bhaskaranjan from Bangalore, Sanjay Pal from Mumbai, Ganesh Walwaikar from Nalasopara, Mumbai, welcome. Vinit Loni from Sangli, welcome. Bhopal, Dharam Sindhu, okay. Navin Kesarwani from Mumbai, welcome. Srikant Reddy from Hyderabad, Kiran Niranjan from Mumbai, welcome. Leena Puri from Brahmapuri, okay. Abhijit Sarda from Ahilya Nagar, Dharam Sindhu from, okay, you have mentioned. Abhitosh Mishra from Lucknow, Saurabh Oza from Vadodara, welcome. Vinod Pandey from Mumbai, Hausala Maurya from Mumbai, Sachin Matre from Alibag, Chetan Shah from Ahmedabad, Dev Mukherjee from Howrah, Rohit Dolas from Navi Mumbai, welcome. Ankur Singhal from Gurugram, you just started. Balaji Krishna from Erode, Tamil Nadu. Dinesh from Ullasnagar, Mahesh Dafe from Thane, Patish Jain from Ratlam, Madhya Pradesh. Binu Joseph, welcome. Binu Joseph, you're from Chenganur. Navin Manchikatla from Hyderabad, welcome. Vinod Pandey, welcome. Vinod Pandey. Amit Singh from Raigarh, Chhattisgarh, okay. Hemant Mistry from Navsari, okay. Amit Singh, Hosala, Mohit Verma from Ghaziabad, and Rajendra Mathura. All right, welcome. Rajendra Mathuria from Hyderabad and Mudha Bhandari from Nashik. Welcome each one of you. Let's proceed. We are all here for a purpose. You are here because either the AUM isn't growing fast enough, you are feeling stuck in your business, and the truth is, it is stuck because the model isn't working. Today, we are going to take a very structured path to expose them. उसको हम लोग देखेंगे, मॉडल को बहुत नजदीक से देखेंगे, and we will show you the path ahead. Okay? For all those people who are in this group, I would like to let you know one very important thing. आज तक जितने भी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स, वेल्थ मैनेजर्स, RIAs ऐसा सेशंस अटेंड किया है, for everybody who has attended this session in the past, just by being attentive in the session, people have been able to add at least a 5 to 6 crore of incremental AUM. This is not hearsay, this is actual people confirming. Just by being attentive in the session, they have figured out how to add 5 to 6 crore of incremental AUM. So may I just request you to follow the path and remain absolutely attentive. Does this make sense? Write a big yes in the chat box if this is truly making sense. Just by being attentive in this session, taking your notes and responding in the chat box. I would also like to let you know that today, what are the 5 big things that we are going to do? In today's session, number 1, there are 3 stages that we will go through. Number 1, firstly, we will identify if any one of you in this group over here today is stuck in any trap. There are 3 hidden traps that drain any kind of growth. हर एक का ग्रोथ जब अटक जाता है, किसी एक वजह से अटकता है, and it could be one of the 3 traps. Today, we will identify those 3 traps and we will fix them. The second, we will figure out why clients hesitate to start with you. Third, each one of you will go through an assessment of your readiness score. Okay, each one of you will go through your assessment of your readiness score. That is your readiness to scale your business. It's very interesting. It is your self-assessment about your readiness, because जो भी आपका AUM है, you're all come here to grow. Okay, your readiness, whether you're ready and how much are you ready. Fourth, each one of you will get 3 immediate growth moves जो आप इसी वक्त से implement कर सकते हैं. आप चाहे तो ये हफ्ते, आप चाहे तो आज, आप चाहे तो कल, 3 immediate growth moves. And finally, जिसके लिए सबको इंतजार है, today 14 people from this group here today, 14 जन, 14 people from this group here today will get an opportunity to book one-on-one sessions with us directly for a time and date next week. 14 जन सिलेक्ट किया जाएगा who qualify to move to the next level. From this group, 14 people will go to the next level. Does this make sense? And I will let you know क्या process है नहीं है वो towards the end. First, let's go through the entire learning curve. Okay? Absolutely makes sense. Can I read yes? Excited? Absolutely makes sense. Yes in the chat box. So I know you all getting it. Super. 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 Okay. In this session, I'm going to talk about multiple stories of people who have seen transformations. Chota transformation, medium transformation, bada transformation. It is for you, relative, आपके लिए. किसी का कितना बड़ा है and all that, it's your. But in order to ensure confidentiality and privacy, we have withheld their actual names and their images. But the stories are all real. So that's a disclaimer. And secondly, at the end, as I mentioned, 14 people will get the one-on-one opportunities. You will all stay right till the end because today we are also going to talk about the growth metrics framework. The growth metrics framework is a very revolutionary management framework, which is empowering wealth managers to scale their business. Yes, it is a revolutionary management framework which is empowering wealth managers to scale their business. You are all going to learn about that as well. Clear? Okay. You're all putting in huge amount of effort to get growth in your business. You're giving the business your time, your energy. How many of you are in this business for at least 1 year and the AUM hasn't crossed 25 crore? Write your name in the chat box. How many of you are in this business for 1 year and the AUM hasn't crossed 25 crore? Write your name in the chat box. You don't need to be fearful about it. You don't need to be shy about it. This is the reality. एक साल हो गया, AUM 25 crore अभी तक क्रॉस नहीं हुआ. How many of you are in this business for 3 years and the AUM hasn't crossed 100 crore? In this business for 3 years and the AUM hasn't crossed 100 crore. Write your name in the chat box. How many of you are in this business for 7 years and the AUM hasn't crossed 250 crore? How many of you are in this Vijay Kumar, Vinit Loni? आप लोग आपका AUM लिखिए. How many of you are in this business for 7 years and the AUM hasn't crossed 250 crore? And finally, is there anybody in this business who is here for more than 10 years? It has been 10 years and the AUM is still below 500 crore. Is there anybody in this business for 10 years and still the AUM is below 500 crore? What I'm going to tell you is not to insult you, but to tell you the hard reality. The reality is the business model is broken. If there is all the people who have written their names in the chat box, unfortunately, your business model is broken. What you have been doing till 2022-23 is no longer working in today's times. 2026 is going to be completely different. If it has slowed down now, it may stop in 2026. Today, I want each one of you to take a pledge and write in the chat box. I want to see everybody writing in the chat box. I am going to take the first step to get out of this trap. Today is the day. Write it in the chat box. Take that pledge for yourself. I'm going to take the first step. Write it. First step to get out of it. First step to get out of the trap. I want to see everybody's name show up there. There is no shame. There is no fearfulness. There is no shyness. This is a pledge that you're taking on yourself. One small step can make a world of difference. Acknowledging is the first important step. Acknowledge what is going wrong. Only then we would be able to repair it. If we don't acknowledge, how much we may try, it doesn't work. If the business model is broken, it never gets out of this situation. Time doesn't fix a broken business model. If we keep doing the same thing over and over again, what is the same thing? Trying to get clients, trying to get H&I clients, clients not getting converted, clients shifting to direct clients shifting to other wealth managers. मैं उसको सब समझा रहा हूं, फिर भी मेरे साथ शुरू नहीं कर रहा है. If any of these things is troubling you, today we will walk through this step by step. For many people in this group here today, I would like to do one thing. What I'm going to speak might sound very simple because I am intentionally keeping it in this manner so that everybody in general are able to understand the language. But the essence, जो मैं समझाना चाहता हूं, that is going to be very deep. You're expected to pick it up as we go ahead. Time doesn't fix a broken business model, strategy does. The problem is not with your approach. The problem is not with your ability. The problem is with the business model and the strategy and the approach. Take a pledge. I will repair my broken business model today. I will repair the broken business model today. Hemant Mistry, Sachin, let's get out of this trap. Let's get out of this trap. All the very best, and let's start the journey. First thing first, let me capture your current AUM. The easiest question ever asked to anybody. What is your current AUM? Write it in the chat box. How many of you are above 250 crore? Between 100 to 250, around 100, under 25, around 10, beginners. Where are you right now? Write it in the chat box, in the polling questions, the easiest question possible, the last 10 seconds. There is no shame. Don't be shy. Don't be fearful. This is a pledge. This is a transformation. Today is the first day of your transformation journey. This entire journey either might sound very simple or it might shake you up. It may rattle you. It may rattle you to the core. आपका अंदर से आप हिल जाओगे when you realize the truth of what you are doing. All those of you who haven't crossed 25 crore by the first year, 100 by the third, 250 by the seventh, and 500 by the 10th, we are all fooling ourselves. We are wasting our time. The answer for this polling question is only for myself. Now, what I would like you to do is write in the chat box 2 important numbers. अगले 12 महीने में write 2 numbers, current AUM, comma, where you want to be in exactly 1 year. और AUM छोड़ो, आपको कौन सा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना है? Write the problem that you are looking to solve. Either you can problem of AUM, either it could be about clients, it could be about tickets, it could be about conversion, it could be about H&I, it could be about AUM. Write the problem that you are looking to solve. Write it in the chat box. देखो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व होगा तो AUM बढ़ेगा. revenues will go up. Write the problem that you're looking to solve. And today, we are going to take a pledge that everybody's problem does get some framework, some solution that you can implement beginning today. Okay. Let me just call out your names as I read it. Okay. Nikhil Bansal, Arvind Babulal, Amit Rangnari, Mahesh Dafe, Naveen, Sachin, Chetan Shah, Rohit Dolas. Okay. So me and my team are continuously recording your responses. So feel free to write. It is very important because if any of you go to the next level, these responses are very important. Ashutosh Dikshit, Ganesh Vaikar, Avinash Vaishnav, okay, Abhijit Sarda, Nalgi Sundar Vaisudev Rao, okay, Vinod Pandey, okay, Arvind Babulal, Comfort Zone, Amit Bane, okay, Saumit Naik, Vasudev Banaji, Vijay Kumar, Manish, okay, Bahaji Krishna, all right, Bhaskaran Nadrajan, Anil Kumar, Mahesh, Vijay Kumar, okay, Vinit Loni, okay, Rajendra Bhatta, Vinod Loni, you will do very well. You can definitely move to the next. Rajendra Bhatta, Abhitosh Mishra, Pokhan Singh Fauzdar, okay, Arindam Rai Chaudhary, okay, Balvinder Vadwa, Kiran Niranjan, Ashwini Poroha, Dev Mukherjee, Mugdha Bhandari, Vasudev Bhanaji, Shailaja Uja, Amit Raval, okay, Vinit Loni, Sachin, Sarasi Ghosh, Amit Singh, Hosana Moria, Pokran, Pritesh Jain. Okay, super. I think we have gone through each of yours quickly, but we have recorded it. Okay, and let's see whether we are able to find solutions. Jignesh Joshi, name alag, image alag. He's from Valsad. He was stuck at 271 crore. Okay, he has been in this business for almost 13 years. 13 साल में 271 करोड़, extremely frustrated because 10 साल में लोग 500 करोड़ क्रॉस करते हैं. 8 महीने में he moved from 271 to 349 crore. These are the kind of stories that I'm going to keep talking about. And देखो किसी के लिए ये बोलेंगे अरे 8 महीने में 80 करोड़, what's the big deal? But it for many people it is a big deal. Okay? It's definitely a big deal. Today's journey for people who are just about starting, you would learn how to cross 25 by the first year, 100 by the third, 250 by the seventh, and 500 by the 10th by going through a 6-month transformation. You would learn the exact formula that you need to take. Okay? Is this exciting? Does this excite you guys? 25 crore by the first year, 100 by the third, 250 by the seventh, 500 by the 10th year. Is this exciting enough? Write it in the chat box. Yes. Now pay absolute attention. बाकी आपके बीच में और कुछ नहीं आना चाहिए. अगर कोई फोन बज रहा है बंद कर दो, टीवी चल रहा है बंद कर दो, पुट योरसेल्फ इन ए रूम. अगला 70 से 80 मिनट is what I need. The next 70 to 80 minutes will decide whether you are capable of scaling your business to the next level, whether you're capable to move to the next level. Do I have your attention? Yes, in the chat box. Do I have your attention? Yes. All right, let's get started. I'm going to talk about the 90% why wealth managers and distributors growth stagnates. 90% कारण क्या है? Okay. पहला हम देखेंगे, first analysis is to figure out in case you have fallen into a trap. In case anybody has fallen into a trap, how much you may keep doing the same thing. जितना भी आप कोशिश करें वो ट्रैप से बाहर निकलने के लिए, वो ट्रैप के अंदर ही फंसे रहते हैं विदाउट एनी एक्सटर्नल सपोर्ट. एक्सटर्नल सपोर्ट के बाद आप बाहर आ सकते हैं, बट बिना उसके अटक जाते. ओके, सो पहले मुझे एक्सप्लेन करने दीजिए, देन यू कीप थिंकिंग वेदर एनीबडी इज सफरिंग फ्रॉम इन दिस ट्रैप. द फर्स्ट वन इज क्लाइंट एडिक्शन. फर्स्ट वन इज क्लाइंट एडिक्शन. क्या है ये क्लाइंट एडिक्शन? देखिए, When you start your business, you think, boss, I'm going to get the big clients. I'm going to get those 5 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 12 lakhs, 1 crore, bade checks milega. I'm going to cross 5 crore, 10 crore, 25 crore by the first year. But धीरे धीरे ना, जब वो बड़े टिकट नहीं आते, आपके पास जो छोटे क्लाइंट्स आते हैं, जो 5,000, 10,000, 2,000, 15,000, 20,000 के SIP करना चाहते हैं, यू पिक देम अप. यू थिंक चलो छोटा छोटा ही सही, कोई तो आया. Slowly you start to pick up those smaller tickets. I have seen businesses जिसका 50 करोड़ AUM है, क्लाइंट है 1,000. एक देखा था 45 करोड़ AUM, 4,500 क्लाइंट्स. 10 करोड़ AUM, 250 क्लाइंट्स. You have a lot of people to manage and very little AUM. अपने देश में this is the biggest trap because अपने देश में पॉपुलेशन की कोई कम नहीं है. आप चाहे तो 1,000 लोग आप एक साल में कर सकते हो. It is very easy to get trapped in the number of people. Client addiction, you have a lot of people to manage. 3-4 साल 5 साल बाद देखेंगे आपके पास बहुत लोग हैं मैनेज करने के लिए, बट AUM हार्डली एनी. 10 करोड़ AUM, 250 क्लाइंट्स, 500 क्लाइंट्स. फर्स्ट वन, क्लाइंट एडिक्शन. यू विल फील ट्रैप्ड. यू वुड बी 3-4 साल 5 साल बाद क्या होगा, आप सिर्फ फोन कॉल में ही आपका जिंदगी बदलते रहेगा. नए बिजनेस लाने के लिए आपके पास समय नहीं होगा बिकॉज यू विल बी ट्रैप्ड सर्विंग मोर एंड मोर क्लाइंट्स rather and feeling less in control. Second is referral dependence. देखिए, जब आप बिजनेस शुरू करते हैं, फर्स्टली यू रीच आउट टू योर फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिलीज. करेक्ट. अपने दोस्त रिश्तेदार सबके पास जाते हैं, उनका अकाउंट लाने की कोशिश करते हैं, एंड देन आफ्टर सम टाइम we reach out to their friends and families and then thereafter to their friends and families. यही करते हैं, referral dependence. Living month on month hoping somebody remembers you. All this was fine till 2023, 24 maybe. Not anymore. What is really happening? You will one day realize, or maybe you have already realized, that you have run out of referrals. कोई और referrals दे नहीं रहा है. Number one. Number two, अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं कि ये हफ्ते में, अगले हफ्ते में ही आपके पास कितने मीटिंग है, समटाइम्स में से नहीं, अगले हफ्ते क्या, लास्ट 3 हफ्ते में कोई मीटिंग नहीं था. क्यों? बिकॉज नोबडी हैज रेफर्ड यू टू समवन. आपका बिजनेस का प्रेडिक्टेबिलिटी हैज कम टू ए जीरो. यू आर अनेबल टू प्रेडिक्ट कितने मीटिंग्स होंगे. अगर मीटिंग्स नहीं हो रहे विद हाई नेटवर्थ क्लाइंट्स, AUM तो नहीं बढ़ेगा. So that is a classic trap. You are trapped because your business predictability is actually hijacked because you are dependent on referrals. Third, low ticket stagnation. When you start your business, आपको लगता है वो 5 करोड़, 10 करोड़, 15, 20, 25 करोड़ का clients आएंगे, but when those don't come, you pick up smaller tickets and slowly your mind starts to think that this is the new normal. Average ticket size is less than 5 lakhs. I have seen average ticket size of less than 2 lakhs also. You are basically collecting savers. You are not getting investors. Is there anybody in the group over here who is suffering and fallen into this trap? Take a pledge. I recognize I have fallen into a trap and I will get out of it. I recognize I have fallen into a trap. I will get out of it. Write it in the chat box. ये आसान नहीं है, बट लिखिए. जितना लिखेंगे उतना ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन में आसानी होगी. It will be easier for us to make the change in you. अगर जितना कम लिखेंगे उतना तकलीफ होगा, उतना डिले होगा प्रोसेस. If you're all looking to figure out how to add 5 to 6 crore of AUM just by being attentive in this session, write as many times as you want in the chat box. We are going to take acknowledgement of each and every chat. Everybody's response is recorded. Everybody's response goes and gets registered against your name, and it plays a role in bringing the transformation. It is a huge cognitive element which is at play. right now. Okay. Second, देखिए, in order to grow our business, we need 3 essential skills. ये नहीं कि 5, 10, 15, 20, 3 essential skill sets है. So पहले हम लोग ट्रैक को समझे, अभी स्किल सेट्स को समझते हैं. एंड अभी जो मैं बोलने वाला हूं, what I'm going to tell you right now is not something new. You would have heard it 100 times in your life. You would have heard it 500 times, 1000 times in your life. It is the most easiest, simplest, and most often यही बात करते हैं हम लोग. But maybe the meaning of these skill sets will change in your mind forever after this. इसका मतलब आज से शायद बदल जाएगा. सो इसके बाद आपको ना एक काम करना है. आपको ना सब एज आई एक्सप्लेन ना, आपको सब अपने आप को असेसमेंट करना है. अपने आप को एक नंबर देना है. एक एक स्किल सेट, 1 से लेके 5 के बीच में, बिटवीन 1 and 5 यू हैव टू गिव अ नंबर टू योरसेल्फ. एंड ये नंबर किसी को बोलना नहीं है, अपने डायरी में लिख के रखिए. इस नंबर को हम लोग बाद में सेशन में यूज करेंगे. ओके. फर्स्ट, एक्सपर्टीज. देखिए, सबसे हमेशा यही वर्ड यूज होता है, एक्सपर्टीज, 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 एक्सपर्टीज. When I'm talking about expertise, I'm not talking about your ability to understand macroeconomics. When I'm talking about expertise, I'm not talking about ability to understand fund performance. When I'm talking about expertise, I'm not talking about your ability to understand market dynamics. And when I'm talking about expertise, I'm not talking about your ability to talk about SIPs and STPs and goal planning and financial planning and all that thing. When I'm talking about expertise, I'm talking about your ability to recommend funds without looking at past performance. When I'm talking about expertise, I'm talking about your ability to talk about risk in the market and not returns to the clients. When I'm talking about expertise, I'm talking about your ability to convince a client without any follow-ups. Your conversation does the convincing without any follow-ups. That is the expertise we are talking of here. Second, client targeting. How many of you feel that you are looking to manage the money of people, anyone who has got surplus money? Write yes in the chat box. How many of you feel that your client is anyone or everyone who has got surplus money? Write yes in the chat box. Anyone or everyone who has got surplus money is your potential client. Write yes in your chat box. There are 2 lakh wealth managers in the country. 90% of the wealth managers think in this manner. If you think that you are going to manage the money of anyone and everyone who has got surplus money, you are just one out of the 2 lakh wealth managers of the country. You are not created any reason for anyone to reach out to you. In this business, you don't need thousands of clients. You just need 100 clients who can give you average 50 lakhs each to cross 50 crore. You need 100 clients who can give you 1 crore over the 3-year period to cross 100 crore. You need the same 100 clients who can give you average 2-3 crore to touch 300 crore. At most 150 clients giving you average 3 crore to cross 450-500 crore. That is client targeting. This is a business of not getting clients. This is a business of identifying who could be your client. This is client targeting. And third, premium identity. Do you have that identity of a premium wealth consultant? Or are people considering you as just as a mutual fund distributor? Who are you? What kind of authority and identity are you commanding? Are people trusting you enough so that they are able to start with you in the very first meeting? Is there anyone? So what I would request is that give yourself a score. between 1 and 5, each one of you. Okay? Write it in your diary. Keep it with you. Don't need to disclose it. Don't need to write it in the chat box. Okay? Keep it with you. ये number हम लोग बाद में use करेंगे. Okay? Let's proceed. Okay. We are going to talk about the 3 strategies. Number 1, the authority blueprint. देखो, everybody wants to be seen as authority in front of the client. कोई भी client के सामने अपने आप को हमको वो पोजीशन पे जाना है कि क्लाइंट मुझे ऑथोरिटी समझे. ऑथोरिटी मतलब इसके ऊपर कोई बात जरूरत नहीं है. अगर हमने बोला है तो दिस इज द फाइनल. करेक्ट? Everybody wants to be seen as an authority in front of the client. Now, in case we have to be seen as an authority in front of the client, there are certain steps to be followed. There is a science behind it. ये 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 नहीं कि any approach will work. There is a scientific management framework which will work. So all those of you who actually move to the next level, जब हमारा वो one-on-one audit call होगा, वो उस टाइम आपका authority gaps हम लोग 25-30 मिनट के अंदर आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे. Okay, this is a message to all those of you who are going to the next level. Okay, but authority blueprint क्या है? Positioning yourself so investors trust you. ध्यान से सुनना, जो भी लिखना है आप लोग प्लीज लीजिए डायरी में. इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. देखिए, अमित पवार was suffering from lack of authority blueprint. वो 91 करोड़ पे अटके थे 3 साल से. 3 साल से, and it's very very painful. 85, 91, 90, 93, 90, 91, 93. He was stuck at that level for almost 3 years. Just by implementing the authority blueprint, he was able to scale his business from 91 to 114 crore in 7 weeks. 7 हफ्ते में ही फिगर्ड आउट कि इसको तोड़ना कैसे है, इसको एस्टैब्लिश कैसे करते हैं. ऑथोरिटी ब्लूप्रिंट. ओके, सो इसका स्टोरी हम लोग पहले समझते हैं. बट इनका अमित पवार का स्टोरी समझने से पहले हमको थोड़ा देखना है कि ये प्रॉब्लम होता क्यों है एंड होता कब है. ये ऑथोरिटी जो एस्टैब्लिश नहीं कर पाते हम लोग, ये सिचुएशन क्यों अराइज होता है और कब अराइज होता है. देखिए, दिस इज a number 1 mistake. And this number 1 mistake wealth managers make is when they are pitching to a client. Client के पास जाके pitch जब करते हैं, उस टाइम ये प्रॉब्लम, ये गलती हम लोग कर देते हैं. देखिए, क्लाइंट में जाने से पहले we actually do lot of research. क्लाइंट के बारे में पढ़ाई करते हैं, मार्केट के बारे में पढ़ाई करते हैं, उसके एग्जिस्टिंग इन्वेस्टमेंट्स के बारे में पढ़ाई करते हैं. उसके बाद जिस दिन मीटिंग है, क्लाइंट के पास जाके हम सब बोलने की कोशिश करते हैं. And this is where the mistake happens. हम लोग क्या करते हैं? We try hard to impress them. हम ओवर एक्सप्लेन करते, ओवर सिंप्लीफाई करते, 1000 बार एक ही चीज को रिपीट करते. जितने भी सवाल क्लाइंट ने पूछा, हर एक सवाल का जवाब देने की कोशिश करते हैं. एंड इन द प्रोसेस हम लोग फंबल करते हैं. दिस इज ए ब्लंडर. वी ट्राई हार्ड टू इम्प्रेस देम, ओवर एक्सप्लेन. एंड कभी कभी हमको लगता है मीटिंग बहुत अच्छा गया है. कभी हम लोग 1 घंटे का मीटिंग होता है, 1.5 घंटे का मीटिंग होता है, 2 घंटे का मीटिंग होता है. मीटिंग के बाद हमको लगता है इट हैज बीन अ टेरिफिक मीटिंग. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू फील दिस वे? रेज योर हैंड्स. राइट यस इन द चैट बॉक्स. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू फील दिस वे कि सब सवाल किया, सब जवाब दिया, एंड 1.5 घंटा 1 घंटे का मीटिंग हुआ है, बहुत बढ़िया गया है, फिर भी क्लाइंट रिवर्ट. एट द एंड ऑफ द मीटिंग क्या होता है? क्लाइंट बोलता है, आई विल गेट बैक टू यू, I will call you back. Let me discuss internally and call you back. How many times it happens? The client doesn't start because the authority is missing. You have come across as a teacher, not as a wealth manager. You have come across as a teacher, not as a wealth manager. We do this. Instead, karna kya tha? There is a very powerful 7-question framework, 1-page philosophy, and talking about risk in writing. De-risking decision, your philosophy, your process in writing. Instead of this, we are doing something else. हम लोग, we are completely in the dark. हम लोग अपने आप से पूछते क्या हुआ, क्यों नहीं हुआ. We are completely in the dark. Absolutely in the dark. Today we are going to figure out why this happens and what we should do. देखिए, कोई भी इंसान ये जानबूझ के नहीं करता है. All wealth managers who are suffering from lack of authority is actually suffering from a myth. मिथ क्या है? एक विश्वास है, अंधविश्वास है कि HNI इन्वेस्टर्स ओनली वांट टू डील बैकग्राउंड्स. ये हमारे मन में बैठा हुआ है. हम यही सोचते हैं कि HNI इन्वेस्टर्स ओनली वांट टू डील विद पीपल विद इंप्रेसिव बैकग्राउंड्स, इंप्रेसिव एजुकेशन, इंप्रेसिव ड्रेस सेंस, इंप्रेसिव कॉन्वर्सेशन, इंप्रेसिव प्रेजेंटेशंस, इंप्रेसिव AUM, इंप्रेसिव क्लाइंट लिस्ट, सब कुछ इंप्रेसिव. हम लोग उसको इंप्रेस करने की कोशिश करते हैं विद ऑल ऑफ दिस, एंड वी थिंक मैं उसको जितना बोलूंगा वो उतना इंप्रेस हो जाएगा. दिस इज अ मिथ. कोई भी क्लाइंट आपके बोलने के ऊपर इंप्रेस नहीं होते. लेट अस फिगर आउट हमको करना क्या है. इट हैज नॉट बीन अबाउट हाउ लॉन्ग यू हैव बीन डूइंग इट. आप 10 साल से मैनेज कर रहे हो, 5 साल से मैनेज कर रहे हो, 50 करोड़ मैनेज कर रहे हो, 200 करोड़ मैनेज कर रहे हो. इट इज नॉट अबाउट हाउ लॉन्ग यू हैव बीन डूइंग इट. हाई नेटवर्थ इन्वेस्टर्स trust only those advisors who solve problems, and that very fast. This is the answer. High net worth investors trust advisors who solve their problems fast. But this is the beginning of a problem. The question is, can you solve their problem? And do you know? Can you solve their problem? Or do you know their problem? Is my audio coming clear? Somebody mentioned that there is no sound. Is my audio coming clear? Okay. So I'm going to talk about a 3-stage process. How to build trust with high net worth clients. How to build trust with high net worth clients. The first step is the most easiest step, but this is a step which we often ignore, and this is where the blunder happens. देखिए क्या लिखा है मैंने, फाइंड व्हाट मैटर्स. ये इसका काम है. देखो इसमें एक मैनेजमेंट टूल भी इन्वॉल्व है, उसका नाम है एस लीड इंजन. ओके, अट्रैक्ट, कन्वर्ट, एंगेज. दिस इज अ वेरी पावरफुल मैनेजमेंट टूल जो ग्रोथ मैट्रिक्स फ्रेमवर्क के आधार पे है. जो लोग नेक्स्ट लेवल पे जाएंगे वो लोग ऑब्वियसली इसको यूज करके इसके ऊपर काम करेंगे. बट फॉर नाउ टुडे, आज के सेशन के लिए, ग्रुप कंसल्टिंग सेशन में, पहले हम लोग जानते हैं कि ये काम क्या करता है, करता क्या है. ओके, देखो मैं आपको एक स्टोरी सुनाऊंगा. दिस स्टोरी इज अबाउट द फेमस साइंटिस्ट एल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन. सबने नाम सुना है एल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन का. देखिए, वंस अपॉन ए टाइम एल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन वाज गिवन हाफ एन आवर, एंड उनको पूछा गया था कि आपके पास अगर आधा घंटा है, हाउ विल यू स्पेंड दिस हाफ एन आवर टू लर्न समथिंग न्यू अबाउट ए कंप्लीटली न्यू सब्जेक्ट. उन्होंने सोच के जवाब दिया था कि I am going to spend the first 25 minutes thinking about the questions that I need to ask. This is step 1. When you go for a meeting, your job is to prepare, not to speak. Your job is to prepare, to find out and figure out the question that you need to ask. High net worth clients don't always say what they want. This step, this management tool helps you uncover it. This is step 1. Step 2, show up as an authority. देखिए, मैं आपको दो स्टोरी सुनाता हूं, फिर आपको मैं ऑप्शन दूंगा, आप सिलेक्ट करना. आप खुद ही सिलेक्ट करके समझ में आएगा कि कौन सा प्रोसेस बेहतर है इन टर्म्स ऑफ एस्टैब्लिशिंग ऑथोरिटी. ओके, इमेजिन करो देयर आर 2 वेल्थ मैनेजर्स. दोनों के सामने एक मीटिंग है क्लाइंट के साथ. सो पहला वेल्थ मैनेजर क्या कर रहा है? पहला वेल्थ मैनेजर एक बढ़िया सा प्रेजेंटेशन तैयार कर रहा है 3-4 दिन पहले. उसके अंदर कॉर्पोरेट अर्निंग्स ग्रोथ, मार्केट ट्रैजेक्टरी, इंटरेस्ट रेट्स, इन्फ्लेशन, करेंसी वोलेटिलिटी, रिपो रेट रिडक्शन, सब कुछ, टैरिफ वॉर, सब कुछ डाल के बहुत बढ़िया सा एक प्रेजेंटेशन तैयार किया. On the day of the meeting, goes to the client and delivers the presentation. This is option A. Option B, the distributor ने पूरा प्रिपरेशन किया point to point, but doesn't carry or prepare any presentation. On the day of the meeting, goes to the client and starts with a question. And the question is, amidst what is happening in the world around us in terms of repo rate reduction, tariff war, currency depreciation, have you checked how is your portfolio positioned to perform in an environment like this? Mera sawal hai, which one is more powerful, A or B, to establish authority? Write it in the chat box. A or B? Write it in the chat box. A or B? Each one of you. Why is B so powerful? B is supreme. B is just not powerful. B is supreme. Today you figured out how to start a meeting to establish authority. In a meeting, हम लोग पहुंच के अगर बोलेंगे कि hey, my name is so and so, I'm managing money and doing financial planning for 4 years, and I'm managing 50 crore, 100 crore. Learn to show up as an authority. Final step. Prove your philosophy in one page. How many of you have a proper written down fund selection process and you follow that process to identify your funds? देखिए, जब एक फंड मैनेजर पैसा मैनेज करता है, वो एक इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रोसेस के आधार पे पैसा मैनेज करता है। फंड मैनेजर एक फंड के अंदर 50 स्टॉक्स खरीदते हैं, 1000 कंपनीज रिसर्च करते हैं, 50 स्टॉक्स खरीदते हैं। How many mutual fund distributors do proper research on 5,000 funds before recommending 5, and they follow a process? Today, let us take a pledge. I will build my process. Without a process, you are a ghost. It will never bring credibility. If you have a process, what you do is not what gets people confidence. How you do gets confidence. Your process brings instant credibility. Your process builds instant credibility. And you have to prove that. HNIs don't trust fast talk. आप जितना भी बढ़िया बात करो. But if you have a clear system and a process, high net worth investors will trust you. Let's move to strategy number 2. देखिए, इसके लिए सब लोग इंतजार कर रहे हो, मुझे पता है, मुझे मैसेज भी कर रहे हो आप लोग. हाई नेटवर्थ इन्वेस्टर्स अट्रैक्शन फ्रेमवर्क. क्लाइंट्स को अपने तरफ आकर्षित कैसे करते हैं? हाउ डू आई अट्रैक्ट ए हाई नेटवर्थ क्लाइंट टू कम टुवर्ड्स मी? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू वांट टू नो अबाउट दिस? Write yes in the chat box. I want to see at least 50 yes in the chat box. High net worth clients attraction framework. Write yes in the chat box. I want 50 yes in the chat box. अभी तक सिर्फ 24 हुआ है. I will wait for 50. 36 हुआ है, 45 हुआ है, 55 हो गया, 60 हो गया. Okay, super. All right, super. Let's go ahead. देखिए, high net worth attraction framework. Priya used this same framework to grow her AUM from 35 crore to 75 crore. And she built a process so that clients have started to reach out to her. Okay? ये करते कैसे है? देखो, ये समझने के लिए ना हम लोग को थोड़ा दिमाग को पहले एक दूसरा चीज समझ के फिर इसको समझना पड़ेगा. देखिए, हम लोग, ये जो इमेज है आपके सामने स्क्रीन के ऊपर, वी आर ऑल ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड ऑफ द क्लिफ. हमको सबको राइट हैंड साइड पे जाना है. किसी का AUM 5 करोड़ होगा, किसी का 50 होगा, किसी का 70 होगा, किसी का 150 होगा, किसी का 250 होगा. जिसका जो भी AUM है, we need to all move from left to right. But there is a system to be followed. Your destination is on the right, but the system will determine आप क्रॉसओवर कैसे करोगे. Let me tell you a story. देखो, मैं मुंबई में रहता हूं. मुंबई से पुणे अगर मुझे जाना है, मैं 4 मोड ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन कर सकता हूं. ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, गाड़ी में जा सकता हूं, बस में जा सकता हूं, ट्रेन में जा सकता हूं, फ्लाइट में जा सकता हूं. करेक्ट? गाड़ी, बस, ट्रेन, फ्लाइट. बट द ट्रांसपोर्ट that I select will determine how fast will be the journey and how comfortable will be the journey. In your business model is the transport. Your business model will determine how fast will be the journey and how comfortable and predictable will be the journey. Okay? समझ में आया? We are all here. आज हम लोग वो बिजनेस अप्रोच को चेंज करना है. बिजनेस अप्रोच को चेंज करना है. क्लियर? ओके. 2022 में प्रिया क्या करती थी? 2022 में प्रिया स्ट्रगल कर रही थी. उसके फोन बुक में बहुत सारे नंबर्स थे. हर दिन वो नंबर्स को फोन करते रहती थी एंड उनको बोलती थी कि मैं फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग करती हूँ, लोन प्लानिंग बेस्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट्स करती हूँ एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. मीटिंग्स के लिए बुलाते थी, फिर उनके साथ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स करवा के फॉलोअप्स करके रेफरल्स मांगते थे. दिस वाज अ लाइफ. कोल्ड कॉल्स, मीटिंग्स, फॉलोअप, रेफरल, कंटिन्यूअस. यही करते रहती थी. करते 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 शी बिकेम एक्सट्रीमली टायर्ड. शी वांटेड टू गेट आउट ऑफ इट. 3-4 साल से वो अटक गई थी 35 करोड़ में. आफ्टर वी गॉट इन कॉन्टैक्ट विद प्रिया, 3 चीज चेंज किया and very powerful management tools. Precision client mapping. Precision client mapping use करके she never ran out of leads after this. उसका बिजनेस में मीटिंग अपॉइंटमेंट्स became predictable. उसको पता था कि हर हफ्ते 5 से 10 मीटिंग्स होंगे. इम्पैक्ट ब्रांडिंग सिस्टम एंड रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन ब्लूप्रिंट, ये 3 मैनेजमेंट टूल से उसका बिजनेस शिफ्ट हुआ एंड विद इन 1 ईयर 35 करोड़ का 75 करोड़ की तरफ चला गया. नाउ ये होता कैसे है? देखो, रियल इश्यू क्या है ना, यू आर ऑल रनिंग फास्ट. आप लोग सब तेजी, सुबह उठ के आप लोग फोन करते हो, ये करते हो, यू आर ऑल रनिंग फास्ट. प्रिया भी वही कर रही थी, बट विदाउट अ डायरेक्शन. इन ऑर्डर टू इंप्लीमेंट द HNI अट्रैक्शन फ्रेमवर्क मैनेजमेंट टूल, कुछ चीजें हमको बंद करनी है, कुछ चीजें हमको शुरू करनी है. हमको बिजनेस करने का स्ट्रैटेजी, द अप्रोच हैज टू चेंज. वी हैव टू स्टॉप चेजिंग क्लाइंट्स, वी हैव टू लर्न टू अट्रैक्ट क्लाइंट्स. अट्रैक्ट करना है. किसको करना है? वही हाई नेटवर्थ इन्वेस्टर्स जिसका उम्र 30 से 60 के बीच में हो, जिनको डिसिप्लिन ग्रोथ चाहिए टैक्स एफिशिएंसी के साथ, और जिसके AUM सरप्लस 2 से 5 करोड़ के बीच में हो. How many of you want to attract these kind of clients? Write yes in the chat box. How many of you want to learn how to attract these kind of clients? Write yes in the chat box. Write yes in the chat box. 30 से 60 की उम्र, डिसिप्लिन ग्रोथ, टैक्स एफिशिएंट, 2 से 5 करोड़. You have to stop relying on referrals and precision client mapping. Precision client mapping is a management tool wherein you would never run out of leads within your system ever after this. Superficial retention strategies do not work. Trust driven retention strategies. बहुत सारे वेल्थ मैनेजर्स फ्रस्ट्रेट हो जाते हैं एंड उसके बाद फेसबुक में एडवर्टीजमेंट भी शुरू कर देते हैं. अपना भी एक मिस्टर सोलंकी भी वही शुरू कर दिए थे कि हर 3 महीना वो 2-2 लाख रुपए खर्च कर रहे थे. 70,000 80,000 रुपए हर महीना खर्च कर रहे थे. अगर इस ग्रुप में अगर कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट्स कर रहे, मतलब स्पेंडिंग कर रहे, एक्सपेंसेस कर रहे मेटा एडवर्टीजमेंट्स के लिए इंस्टाग्राम में, सो जरूर बताएं. आपके भी लर्निंग से वी विल फिगर आउट समथिंग. यू कैन शेयर योर एक्सपीरियंसेस, वी विल लर्न समथिंग फ्रॉम यू. देखो, HNI अट्रैक्ट करने के लिए 3 रास्ता करना है. 3 स्टेप प्रोसेस. ओके. फर्स्ट स्टेप इज नोइंग एग्जैक्टली हु यू सर्व. अपने देश में इज ए ह्यूज पॉपुलेशन. You cannot be working with hundreds of people and thousands of people. We need to attract our set of ideal clients. Our set of ideal clients should have 3 things in common. Number 1, those who have investable surplus. Number 2, those who are aware that they need to invest now. Number 1, those who have investable surplus. Those who are aware that they need to invest now. ये नहीं कि आप उनको जाके अवेयरनेस करवा रहे हो कि SIP करो, STP करो. उनको अवेयरनेस है, यूट्यूब देख के वो रेडी है. तीसरा, those who are searching for a wealth consultant. ये तीनों चीज फिल्टरेशन में जो क्लियर होगा वही आपके क्लाइंट्स है. Rest are not your clients. Number one. Second step, इनको अट्रैक्ट करना है. सो इमेजिन करो ये इस किस्म के लोग आपके सामने बैठे हैं, ओके, या आपके सामने इनको बुलाना है. कैसे करेंगे? मैं आपको एक दो स्टोरी सुनाता हूं एंड आप सुन के बताइए विच वन यू विल यूज. आज के बाद कौन सा यूज करेंगे टू अट्रैक्ट क्लाइंट्स टुवर्ड्स यू. ओके, आज के बाद कौन सा आप यूज करेंगे टू इन्वेस्ट विथ यू. ध्यान से सुनना. देखिए, इमेजिन करो अपने देश में इलेक्शन का समय है. सारे पॉलिटिशियंस आर मूविंग फ्रॉम वन टाउन टू द अदर, वन विलेज टू द अदर. ऐसे ही एक विलेज में अपना होम मिनिस्टर पहुंच गए. जाके बोलते हैं कि आई एम द होम मिनिस्टर ऑफ द कंट्री. मैं इतने सारे बॉर्डर डिस्प्यूट सॉल्व किया है, इंटरनेशनल डिस्प्यूट सॉल्व किया, मैं इतने नेशनल लीडर्स को जानता हूं, इंटरनेशनल लीडर्स को जानता हूं. प्लीज कम एंड वोट फॉर मी. ऑप्शन ए. ऑप्शन बी, होम मिनिस्टर बोलते हैं आई नो व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम इन दिस विलेज. मुझे पता है इस गांव का क्या प्रॉब्लम है. इस गांव में पानी, पीने का पानी का समस्या है. देयर इज अ नीड टू बिल्ड ए कनाल क्लोज टू द विलेज. मेरा सवाल है which one will draw their attention towards him instantly, A or B? A or B? Write in the chat box. In order to attract the attention of high net worth clients, use formula B. Draw the attention by talking about a problem in their life. Clear, everybody? Clear? Write yes in the chat box if it is clear. Absolutely clear. Okay. तीसरा, प्रूफ सेफ्टी बिफोर सेलिंग रिटर्न. अच्छा, एक और चीज मैं आपको इससे पहले बताना चाहता हूं. देखिए, दिस इज अ ह्यूज डीप साइकोलॉजी. इन्वेस्टमेंट्स और साइकोलॉजी बोथ हैंड इन हैंड चलता है. ओके, देखो जो मैंने अभी तक समझा है ना, दैट इज जस्ट ऑन द सरफेस. इसके अंदर एक और लेवल है, काफी सारे लेवल्स हैं. मैं एक और लेवल की बात करता हूं जिससे आपके मन में एकदम क्लियर हो जाएगा कि ये प्रोसेस क्यों काम करेगा. ओके, देखिए, when you talk about a problem in somebody's life, you at the first level you draw their attention. When that person starts to see that you know their problem, that person will also start to think that you can also solve their problem. That is level 2. So when you talk to an HNI client about their problem, they will first shift their attention towards you, and they will also start to think that you, since you know the problem, you also have an ability to solve the problem. Please go ahead and implement it beginning today. Implement it. The rule of the game is implementation. जो भी आप मैनेजमेंट ट्रिक आज समझ रहे हो, please implement it. Third, prove your safety before selling. Talk about risk. 90% of the wealth managers only talk about returns. 10% of the wealth managers speak about risk. And they talk about risk first before talking about returns. Those 10% of the wealth managers are managing 500 crore and more. Talk about risk. High net worth clients don't want your returns. High net worth clients wants to know whether you have an ability to identify risk in the market. Precision client mapping, वो जो powerful tool है, वो हम डिस्कस करते हैं. जो नेक्स्ट लेवल पे जाते हैं उनके साथ वो डेफिनेटली डिस्कशन होता है. Strategy number 3, the 7P growth compass. Are you guys truly picking up? How many of you are truly enjoying and picking up everything, right? Yes, enjoying, learning. I want to take the next step. Write it in the chat box. I am supercharged. Write it in the chat box. I am supercharged. I am supercharged. I know what to do now. I am supercharged. I know what to do now. Wonderful. Keep it up. All the best. All right. 7P growth compass. This is that powerful management tool. आपको दिस एक पाइपलाइन समझ में आएगा जहां पर देखो पहले मार्केटिंग में 4P होता था. याद है कॉटलर का? पोजिशनिंग, पैकेजिंग, प्राइसिंग, प्रोडक्ट. अभी 7P ग्रोथ कंपस. Seven P's. Pehla, positioning. You cannot be managing money of each one and everybody in the country. You need 100 people. You have to have a positioning. If you don't have a positioning, you are part of 2 lakh wealth managers. Second, packaging. Your offer should be the biggest one. If you have a weak offer, it will kill all interest. What you are speaking is the packaging. Pipeline. You can never run out of leads. If the pipeline is dry, your business is not predictable. Fourth, your pitch has to be very clear direction to the client कि करना क्या है. If you are confusing the clients will never buy. Confusion in the client not taking a decision is because you have confused them. Fifth, process. Onboarding के बाद exactly the client experience क्या होगा? The first 3 months, first 6 months, your investment process, risk management process, client experience process. Sixth, if you are looking to build a scalable business which will take you to 100 crore, 250 crore, 500 crore, either you need people or you need AI tools. Alone can't scale success. Seventh, progress. Every number that you are looking to improve, कि कितने मीटिंग्स हो रहे हैं, कितने कन्वर्शंस हो रहे हैं, कितने एवरेज टिकट साइज हो रहे हैं, कैसे AUM ग्रो कर रहा है, क्वार्टरली क्या ग्रोथ हो रहा है, इफ द नंबर्स नीड टू बी ट्रैक्ड, only those numbers that are tracked, you will see improvement there. If you are looking for progress, untracked growth actually stalls. सिद्धार्थ ऐसे अटक गया था, 19 करोड़ पर अटक गया था बेचारा. 4 महीने में 19 का 45 करोड़ मूव किया. 19 to 45 crore. Working hard with the wrong tools, that's exactly why you're stuck. That's exactly why you're stuck. You're rowing harder. बहुत तेजी में आप नाव चला रहे हो, but आपके बोट में छेद है. There are holes in your boat. And it's not complicated to get out of this. What I'm going to talk about right now is what successful wealth managers do not share, is the growth metrics framework. In the next 20-25 minutes, I'm going to conclude this session and 14 of you will move to the next level. We are in the last 20 minutes of this session. The growth metrics framework is built on 2 axes, the client engagement and retention and the growth strategies. Either it could be basic to advanced. पहला जो क्वाड्रेंट होता है वो बिगिनर्स का होता है. बिगिनर्स क्या करते हैं? Beginners are still dependent on referrals and cold calls. वही करते हैं. It doesn't matter आप बिजनेस में 5 साल से हो या 3 साल से हो या 10 साल से हो. If you are still dependent on referrals and cold calling, you're still in the beginners quadrant. So growth basic रहता है, client engagement low रहता है. Generally, 80-85% of the wealth managers are suffering because they are stuck in this problem. यहाँ से 3 रास्ता है निकलने का. I'm not going to talk about the first and the second, but I'm going to talk about the one which is the masters. Masters have 5 things in common, not 3. First, they definitely have a proper approach to the business. They have a business model. They do not leave anything to chance. They know exactly what they need to do every week so that they have a steady stream of appointments on their calendar. They will never say that I do not have HNI clients. They will always say, I have 32 HNI clients now. I'm working on the other 68. In the next 2 years, I look to select my 100 set of HNI clients. They have the growth mindset. They do not suffer from a fixed mindset. They have the resilience to become an entrepreneur. Second, expertise and authority. They are not PhDs. They are not always chartered accountants. They are not always CFPs or CFAs. They are not always MComs. But they have enough expertise to establish authority in front of the client. That is their power. Third, communication. They know the psychology hack. They speak the right language. Their conversation does the convincing. Their words, their tonality is super powerful. Fourth, they are not social media influencers. They don't have millions of followers, but they have enough brand awareness running so that people are continuously booking appointments to talk to them. Finally, consultative sales. They are premium people. They never follow up with clients. Clients are convinced basis the conversation they have in the meeting. They don't need to do follow-ups. Their consultative sales techniques ends up clients becoming their clients. These are the masters. But the big question is, where are you right now? And what do you want to do? Are you ready to start the transformation? Write yes in the chat box. I want to read out your names if I can. How many of you are ready to start the transformation, the journey which has already started today, which saves time and removes the guesswork? Write your name in the chat box. I want to see at least 40 names in the chat box, 50 names in the chat box. I want the entire 85 names in the chat box. If you are truly that wealth manager who are looking to scale to the next level, write your name in the chat box, which will save time and remove the guesswork. Just by writing name in the chat box doesn't mean you will move to the next level. You will move to the next level if you truly get selected and you qualify. All of you remember your readiness score. This is a polling question coming up. Answer this polling question right now. You add up those three numbers. आपका जो भी expertise, client targeting, premium identity का numbers याद है, all of you have written in your notebook. Add them up and respond to the polling question. Add them up. Individually, add them up. अगर किसी का 3, 3, 4 है, तो that means आपका number is 10. किसी का 4, 4, 4 है, तो that means your number is 16. Sorry, 4, 4, 4 तो हो नहीं सकता. 12. अगर आपका 5, 5, 5 है, तो 15. Okay? Last 10 seconds. Answer your polling question. Add up those expertise, self-awareness, readiness score, and let's see how many of you are able to scale to the next level. All right. All right. How many of you are 7 and above? Write your name in the chat box. All those of you who are 7 and above. 7 and above. Write your name in the chat box. All those of you who are 7 and above can definitely move to the next level. 7 and above. Write your name in the chat box. All those of you who are 7 and below, write your name in the chat box. There will also be room for you. Write your name in the chat box. 7 and below. Everybody deserves to grow their AUM. Everyone deserves to grow their AUM. Everybody deserves to solve their problem. Yes, but we will select only those people who are truly committed to make it happen. Just by writing names doesn't make you qualify. Before I tell you the exact selection criteria of those people who will move to the next level, let me tell you a little bit about two other problems. Direct versus regular. Losing clients to bank relationship managers, competing on commissions, losing clients to Zerodha and Grow platforms is also a classic problem. There is a solution showing up there. Then, concentration risk. 50 crore AUM hai, but there is a concentration. Top 10 clients are 50% of the AUM. Top 10 clients are 80% of the AUM. Massive, it's an inverted pyramid, massive concentration risk. All this problem exists in the business. Before I move ahead, let's see what Durga Shetty has to say.
Before this program, I was like, I never knew what to see. There's no streamlining, right? There was a lot of noise. I don't know what to cut and what not to cut. Now I know what to focus on. And it is helping me to even to make my clients also understand how to streamline yourself rather than listening to too many things and doing a lot of things. So let's focus on what to be done.
Does it help you to cut through the noise and go to the actual?
Yes. I'm a MFD, mutual fund distributor, as well as I'm a broker.
Okay.
I have yes.
Okay. Have the clients noticed any change in you?
See, we don't use too much jargons with them. So whatever we have learned. So the primary thing is make them understand in their own language. Yes, yeah, to some extent, yes, they are. Yes, sir.
Just trying to understand deep down, frankly speaking, do you think that this program can be referred to others as well? Do you think it's a worthwhile program?
It's 200%. Someone who's keen on building new guys who MFDs. A lot of people see. As I said, I was into the system. I'm into the system for the last so many years, almost 2 decades now. Probably into various forms of these products. Probably I've been selling. But as I said, I've learned a lot of things here. A lot of things which I never knew about. Even though we read so many things, but this kind of knowledge, it was never shared anywhere in my entire career.
All right. So there are over 3,825 plus people who are part of our community and is scaling their business to a different level. And with a warm welcome to each one of you to be part of this community, but only after we qualify and move ahead. So let me just tell you, before I tell you the selection criteria, let's try and see what kind of business gets done. Sneha Sharma moved from 32 to 88 crore. Arjun Bansal, he was actually struggling to close meetings. He was having long meetings, but meetings were not getting any closure. Now he closes in maximum 2 meetings. He doesn't need to follow up. He was struggling with this. बहुत problem था. Nikhil Patel का था low ticket. Average ticket size was less than 5 lakhs. His AUM में 30 crore में अटक गया था. His average ticket size has moved to 29 lakhs now. Rahul Bhatt moved from 28 to 143 crore. Vivek Khandelwal, पहले मीटिंग्स नहीं था, एक्सट्रीमली फ्रस्ट्रेटेड, डिजेक्टेड, पूरे महीने में एवरेज 1 मीटिंग होता था. नाउ इज हैविंग 3 मीटिंग्स इन अ वीक. रवि सुब्रमण्यम 8.5 करोड़ पे अटक गए थे. नाउ ही इज एट 25 करोड़. Why am I telling you all this? Because each one of them, Sneha, Arjun, Nikhil, each one of them were in a session like this, like what you are doing today. आपके जैसा ऐसा एक सेशन में थे कुछ हफ्ते या कुछ महीने पहले, and each one of them have scaled their problems, scaled their business, their AUM, or solved their problems because they took the next step. The next step is the one-on-one audit cum premium mentorship selection call. Each one of you are eligible as long as you go past the selection criteria to move to the next level. Okay? It is a one-on-one call जहां पर आप और हम एक साथ बात करेंगे for about 45 minutes to 1 hour to solve certain specific challenges in your business. Okay? Before you take a decision, let me tell you what kind of business gets done. 1300 लोगों ने 25 करोड़ क्रॉस लेवल क्रॉस किया. 210 ने 40 करोड़ क्रॉस किया. 145 जन ने 75 करोड़ क्रॉस किया. 44 जन ने 100 करोड़ क्रॉस किया. और 9 जन 250 करोड़ क्रॉस किया. All of this has happened in a period of 18 to 36 months. And all of them have got an ROI excess of 10x. But obviously it is a selection only mentorship. Now, our community members are seeing 10x kind of returns within an 18 to 36 month period. 38,000 plus people have already scaled their AUM. Are you ready to be the next? Is the question. Now, there are 2 ways, or there are 2 choices you have. Number 1, you can definitely go back and do it yourself. Or we build it together. Only after you qualify and get selected. If you move to the next level, we are going to give you a pathway to add 1.75 crore income over the next 5 years. How many of you find this truly exciting? In the next level, just at the very next level, each one of you will have a pathway to add 1.75 crore income over 5 years. Write yes in the chat box. Absolutely exciting. Write yes in the chat box. I want to see at least 20, 30, 40 yes in the chat box. a pathway to add 1.75 crore income over a 5-year period? Right? Yes, in the chat box, quickly. Now, what exactly will happen at the next level? This AUM scaling audit. So what does the AUM scaling audit mean? AUM scaling audit means कि आपका जो existing business है, वो 2 करोड़, 3 करोड़, 5 करोड़, 10 करोड़, 50 करोड़, 100 करोड़, 250 करोड़, जो भी आपका business है, आपका business फिलहाल is going through certain problems. So this is going to diagnose the problems. It is going to do three things primarily. Number one, आपका एग्जिस्ट बिजनेस का प्रोसेस बिजनेस मॉडल का ऑडिट होगा एंड वी आर गोइंग टू डायग्नोस द एग्जैक्ट बॉटलनेक. वी विल एस्टिमेट द रेवेन्यू लीकेजेस, कहां पर टाइम डिले हो रहा है, कहां पर प्रोसेस ब्रेकअप है एंड व्हाट इज गोइंग रॉन्ग. थर्ड, we will solve the problem one by one and give you an exact plan about what needs to be done. Everybody in this one-on-one call will walk away with an exact plan about what needs to be done in order to scale the business. And that also, which will give you a plan where it will be a clear roadmap to touch 1.75 crore additional revenue. Clear? Absolutely ready? Is it clear? Any questions you can ask me now. At the AUM scaling audit call, everybody's business model will be diagnosed. You will be identifying, we will use a proprietary toolkit called Business Pulse Audit. That framework will be used to diagnose your business bottlenecks. Okay? And we are going to estimate the time leakages and the gaps and the processes about why leads are not coming, why leads are coming to you and not getting converted, why meetings are not happening, and what needs to be done. Then an exact roadmap about what needs to be done such that you're able to grow your business to add at least a 1.75 crore additional revenue, and also a plan to solve each and every problem that you are facing. This is the most important part of the meeting. If during the meeting there is alignment, okay, alignment in terms of how you are looking to scale your business, and alignment in terms of how we work with our mentees who are looking to grow their business, in that situation, you can also look forward to go for the premium mentorship. Only in case we see alignment, we will offer that to you. Okay? Who should book the call? Right now, I'm going to tell you the selection. I want to tell you the selection criteria. The selection criteria is very low, okay, to include the people who are at a certain level. For those people who are not able to go through the selection criteria today, please write your name and number in the chat box, and I'm going to talk to you during the session itself to see whether we can still accommodate you given your level of interest. Clear, everybody? There would be a certain number of people who won't be able to qualify because of the selection criteria. Those set of people, those who go through the selection criteria, well and good, you just go ahead and move to the next level. Okay? Those who can't, write your name and number, and we will see whether we can still find some via media for you and you can still be accommodated. Number one, your current AUM has to be 3 crore and above. And your overall income has to be overall income, just not from mutual fund. Overall income, including all sources of income, has to be 1 lakh and above. And you have to be above the age of 25. आपका उम्र 25 के ऊपर होनी चाहिए, 3 crore and above होनी चाहिए, और 25 के ऊपर, and your monthly income is above 1 lakh, including all sources of income. Clear, everyone? Any questions? Any doubt? All clear? Okay. Who should book the call? When you are doing it alone, is not working, you should book the call. Random efforts is wasting time and energy. Every month you're delaying, you're losing business. 5 crore of AUM lost is 3.5 lakh of income gone. Okay, 3.5 lakh of income gone. Who should not book the call? If you are looking for free advice, do not book the call. If you delay in a decision making and second guess progress, do not book the call. And if you are not serious about reaching that additional revenue of 1.75 crore, do not book the call. This is only for those serious people. This AUM scaling audit and premium mentorship selection call. If you would have booked this call directly from the website, it is priced at 3,999. For everybody in this session, we are offering it at just 999 today. However, only the first 14 serious aspirational wealth managers will be given appointment for next week. Okay, so only the first 14 will go through. This is not for those who hesitate. This is for action takers. Your next 6 months can look nothing like your last 6, but you have to act now. Please book your 999 audit call and let's see if you're ready to scale. So there are 3 ways to make the payment. There is a Razorpay link in the chat box. You can click on it. You can scan your phone and any of the QR codes. Any of the QR codes is absolutely fine. The one on the top and the one on the bottom left. Okay. Scan your phone on any of the QR codes and make the payment. As you make the payment, we are going to call out your names one by one. Every person whose name is being called out will be receiving a new Zoom meeting link. You are going to supposed to leave this meeting and join that other meeting room. In that meeting room, my colleague is going to explain to you how to fill up a short form and book the appointment for next week or the following week, depending upon the availability and your suitability. Clear, everyone? All right, please go ahead. And if you have any questions, anyone, you can ask me now in the chat box. The call is for 45 minutes to an hour, Rajesh Warik. Call is for 45 minutes to an hour. Right now, all the first 14 people will go ahead. Either you can scan your phone on the chat, on the QR code and start making the payment. I'm going to read out your names one by one. Okay. The first payment has come from Smart Sanjay. Smart Sanjay. Okay. Okay. As the names are being called out, please, just give me a second. There is a long queue of people who have already made the payment. Give me a second. Okay. Hausala Prasad Maurya. Kindly share the link with Hausala Prasad Maurya. Reva Mahajan. Kindly share the link with Reva Mahajan. Reva Mahajan. Okay. Sorry, it's Dinesh Mahajan. Okay, fair enough. Shaili Ahuja. What is your status, Shaili Ahuja? What is your current AUM and how old are you? Shaili Ahuja. Okay. So are you Ram Renu Banerjee? Payment has been received. Kindly share the link. Shaili Ahuja, given your age and seniority, we will go ahead and take you up. Sachin Tejuja, you can go ahead and make the payment. Shaili Ahuja, you can go ahead and make the payment. Yes, Sachin Teluja, we will take you. You are at the cutoff. No problem. Yes. Shaili Ahuja, you can go ahead and make the payment. And Sachin, you can definitely go ahead and make the payment. Yes. I have to ask one question. Rajesh Warik. Okay, fair enough. So either you can make the payment using any of the QR codes or the Razorpay link, which is there in the chat box. Okay. You can use any of these links to make the payment and or anything which is there in the chat box. Okay. As I'm calling out your names, all of you will be receiving a Razorpay link. You will be receiving a Zoom link to join the other meeting room. If you have any questions, you can ask me now in the chat box. Yes. So Ram Renu Banerjee, Reva Mahajan, Hausala Maurya, Sanjay Pal. And there are Shaili Ahuja, payment has been received. Sachin Telugu, payment has been received. VNB, payment has been received. So we have space for the last 5. Kiran Pandurang Niranjan, payment has been received. Kiran Pandurang Niranjan, payment has been received. All right, Navin Manchikatla, you can go ahead. Navin Manchikatla, you can go ahead. All right. Last 4 seats for this week. Navin Manchikatla, you can go ahead and make the payment. Dev Mukherjee, your question is, I would be out of Kolkata and would be traveling, would like to start from January. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. You can book an appointment for January. Secondly, I don't have this thing. So am I qualified? How old are you, Dev Mukherjee? If you have downloaded, no. All right. So 59. All right, Demokaji, you can go ahead. You should book this session to get the premium mentorship is only for someone who is looking at a premium mentorship. We will discuss premium mentorship only in case there is alignment. You should not book this call thinking that there would be premium mentorship available. It is not available to everyone. It is a very, very short selection process. We have tremendous bandwidth process. You are only joining to solve the problem that you have, and you are looking to get a plan. You will get a plan about what needs to be done. Okay. Rajesh Warik, Dev Mukherjee, you will all get a plan about what needs to be done. Premium mentorship is only for those who qualify. That will only get discussed later, much later, but during that call itself. And those payments and other things will be discussed only at that situation. Okay. It is not a sales call. It is an audit call for your business. You are only paying for your audit of your business and getting the plan. So there you have to make the payments now and you have to book your appointment for Jan. That's what you have to do. राजेश वारिक मे बी आपको सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है. प्रीमियम मेंटरशिप का डिस्कशन हम लोग इस कॉल पे नहीं करते हैं. It is only a one-on-one thing which is discussed later if you qualify. Okay? Not at this stage. Right now, you're only booking to get your business audited and getting a plan to add 1.75 crore additional revenue. Okay? All right. Let me just call out the few more names. All right, Dev, you will get the appointment for January. Rajesh Warik, any other questions? No, Shaili, you have to fill up the form while the session is going on, because that is the time you will need some clarity. If you need clarity, yes, we will be able to provide that on the call. On your own, it will not be possible. So go through these questions. There are about 10, 12 of them. Do it now. That is how the process goes. Navin Manchikatla, your payment has still not been received. We have last 3 seats to go. Okay. Amit Rangari, Anit Parma, Anurag Sood, Arindam Rai Chaudhary, Ashwini Poroha, Bharat Goel, Bharat Kumbhar, Bhavik Upadhyay, Bhushan, Dipesh Khemka, Girish Kumar, Nikhil Bansal, Rajendra Singh Mathuria, Rupesh Sankhe, Sarasi Ghosh, Saurabh Oza, okay, Shakir Sheikh, Surendra Kesari, Vijay Kumar, Vinit Loni. Kindly share the link with Dev Mukherjee, please. And Dev Mukherjee's appointment will be for the month of January. Okay. Dev Mukherjee's appointment will be for the month of January. Anybody's question in the chat box which I have missed out in responding? So Naveen Manchikatla, do you think you need the model to speed up the process? If a business model is something that you're looking for, you can definitely go ahead. निखिल बंसल, आपका क्या सिचुएशन है? ओके, ठीक है निखिल, you can go ahead. I will take you up. Nikhil, you can go ahead and book the call. Don't worry. Everybody deserves to grow. Everybody deserves to grow. Okay? Don't worry. Yes, Vijay Kumar, it can be used for absolute beginners as well. Vijay Kumar, आपका क्या उम्र? But your age is very important. If you're below a particular age, then please write your age, please as well. Vijay Kumar, how old are you? ठीक है, you can go ahead. Vijay Kumar, you can make the payment. You can definitely go ahead. कर लो. निखिल बंसल, okay, you can go ahead and make the payment. निखिल के साथ हो गया. देखो नवीन, premium training is not something that we will discuss right now, and don't think it will be available. It is only for those who get selected. You are joining this call to get your business ka way forward. You will get a business model about exactly what to do. You are not doing to get a premium mentorship. It is not a sales call. Okay? It is not a sales call. It is an audit call. This you are doing to get your business audited. Okay? Affording, not affording is not even a question right now. Okay? We are not that stage. Everybody who is thinking that they are, whether afford, should not book. Because this is not a sales call. We are not going to sell you anything. Okay, you need to be eligible for this first. So Naveen, if that is your mindset, I would request you not to go ahead. If you are looking for a business model to plan and get a proper pathway to add that kind of revenue and be very clear about so that you don't waste time and do guesswork, then only book this audit call. Okay. What happens next happens next. Do not think about it right now. Okay. Clear, Naveen? Kindly share the link with Nikhil Bansal. Last two people to go. Last two people to go. Have I answered everybody's questions clearly? Not sure. Just remind me, anyone, that if I missed out anybody. Nikhil, yes, we have received your payment. You will be, there is a link already in the chat box with you. Anybody's questions have been left unanswered, you can ask me now. Last two seats, anybody have any questions? You can ask us now. Amit Rangari, Anit Parna, Bharat Goel, Bharat Kumbar, Bhavik Upadhyay, Bhushan Suryavanshi, Dipesh Khemka, Girish Kumar, Navin Manchikatla, Rajendra Singh Mathuria, Rajesh Warik, Rupesh Sankhe, Sarashi Ghosh, Saurabh Oza, Surendra Kesari, and Vijay Kumar. Any questions you have to ask us now in the next 3 minutes. 12:40, this window closes down. 12:40. Is there anybody who has made a payment and not received the link yet? Somebody who has made a payment and not received the link yet? Any questions, anyone? Last 2 minutes. All those of you who are making the payment will be joining a new meeting room. I would be joining there in some time and talk to each one of you individually. Any questions, anyone? Last 1 minute. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being part of this session. I hope each one of you have something that you can truly implement in your business beginning this week, maybe beginning today. All the best. Have a great journey ahead, irrespective of whether you are part of this audit call or not. All the very best and wish you good luck. Take care and have a great weekend ahead.
Recording